Hey everyone, welcome back to the final episode of Super Smash Bros. History. Hi everyone, hello everyone, welcome back to the fourth episode. Hello all, welcome back to Super Smash Crew podcast, and we have now reached the tail end of the history section of Super Smash Crew to Super Smash Lesbians and basically everything in between. I'm your host AJ, and man, these last 2 months have gone so fast, it's not even funny. Honestly, there's not that much left to talk about Super Smash Crew or Super Smash Lesbians. There's only one more installment that I want to talk about, so I'll just get on with it right now. So, flashback to 2017. Super Smash Lesbians, the series on Switch, has ended. Rosalina defeated Starla, and Starla was finally put in her place. And this felt like a perfect ending for Super Smash Lesbians, just in general. However, in February of 2018, Nintendo announced their Super Smash Bros. Game that's going to be on Nintendo Switch, and by June of that year, we got the full title, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And they were going to bring back every single character that appeared in previous Smash games and put them into one, plus including fan-requested characters that a lot of people have been asking for pretty much years at this point. When it comes to characters in Super Smash Bros., honestly, there's only one person I want to see in Smash. And if you know me personally, you kind of already know who I want. That character being Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I mean, it's kind of fitting since at the moment Xenoblade only has one representative for Smash. We already got a new Animal Crossing character for Ultimate. We finally got a new Donkey Kong representative after 2 games. Hell, we finally got 2 new Metroid characters since pretty much Smash 64 back in 1999. So I honestly felt like it would have been necessary to include Rex in to include Rex in Smash Bros. Ultimate. After all, Xenoblade 2 is the best-selling Xenoblade title in the entire Xenoblade series, if you exclude the combined total copies that were sold for Xenoblade 1 from both the Wii, the 3DS, and of course the Nintendo Switch's Definitive Edition. And even though everyone was cutting me slack because they knew I wanted Rex in the game, and people said he wasn't going to get in, he was a generic anime sword fighter, you only wanted him because Pyra has huge tits. That wasn't the point. I still wanted to see Rex in Smash. But unfortunately, as we all know, November 1st, 2018, the final Smash Bros. Direct before the game was launched in December. And when they showed all the base characters and Rex wasn't there, I was like, okay, fine. He may not be in the base game, but he'll definitely be DLC. And of course, they showed Rex as a Mii costume for a special bonus offer if you buy the first fighter pass. Not only that, they also poured more salt on an open wound by having Pyra, Mythra, and all the other Xenoblade 2 characters as spirits. And at the time, spirits technically deconfirmed characters. So you could definitely tell I was pissed off to absolutely no end. And I felt like literally insulted that the character that I wanted, and this is the problem, I literally want Rex in Smash and literally nobody else. I don't give a shit who else gets in as long as he does. I'm only asking for one character. Other people are asking for like 5 characters. I just want one. And I can't even get that. No, I got a fucking Mii costume. Sure, I was pissed off, but hey, it's still a fun game, regardless if he was not in the game or he still might be in the game. The point is, I still bought Smash Ultimate because of course I had to, and it's still a fun game. And of course, I'm recording this during the whole free Melee bullshit that's going on, where Nintendo did a cease and desist on an online Melee tournament. Honestly, I don't give 2 fucking shits about that whole copyright issue. If you want to play Smash Online, play Smash Ultimate. You don't have to illegally download an ISO file just to play a 20-year-old game. Just play Smash Ultimate. Sure, you have to pay $20 for the Nintendo Online subscription, but it's legal. Anyway, that's 2020 issues. We have a whole lot more issues than in this year. Trust me on that. But let's go back to 2019, when we had more simpler things to worry about. So, mid-2019, like I said, I'm done with Super Smash Lesbians. I'm still kind of pissed off about Rex not being in Smash, and even more pissed off that Banjo and Kazooie got in Smash. Like, okay, sure, they were fan-requested characters since probably Brawl, but there's Microsoft characters. Sure, they used to work... Sure, Rareware used to work for Nintendo back in the 90s, but now they were bought by Microsoft. But, whatever. I understand that Banjo and Kazooie were highly... And I'm even more pissed off that I made one post a couple of months ago that if Banjo and Kazooie gets in Smash before Rex does, I'm not going to play the game. And of course, Banjo did get in, and I still played the game because I had to. But by August of 2019, I basically just realized, Rex may not get in Smash Brothers, but that doesn't mean I could put him in Super Smash Lesbians, now does it? Oh yeah, that's exactly what I did. Now before you say, oh AJ, you brought back Super Smash Lesbians just so you could have Rex in Smash. Okay, well no. That's one of the reasons, but that's not a major reason. You see, since Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was released, Super Smash Lesbians, the series on Switch, was becoming more and more outdated by the months. Smash Ultimate had added more content, brought back all of the old characters that weren't in Smash 4, and put them in one game, including adding in a crap ton of characters, a crap ton of features. And Smash Lesbians, the series on Switch, was pretty much the same game as it was since day one of its release. The point is, Super Smash Lesbians was back, and it was called Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate. And not only was this an event, and the format was completely different. So you know how Smash Bros. Ultimate is a celebration of video gaming in general? Well, Smash Lesbians Ultimate is kind of the same thing, but it's just a celebration of the whole Smash parody series that I made since 2014. And you know what that means? I brought back like 25% of the character roster from Super Smash Crew as secondary roles for the Super Smash Lesbians cast. So, for example, you have Anna, who is the Mario for Super Smash Lesbians, but you have the Mario secondary role, which was Nami, who was the Mario in Super Smash Crew. We only did this for like a couple of the character roles since, like I said, the whole demographic thing wouldn't just mesh together. But even still, we gave the characters that weren't represented. But even still, I still gave the characters that were not, brought back for Ultimate. I still gave their lesbian Ultimate counterparts alternate costumes that reflected those characters, so they were not forgotten. Thankfully. So they were not forgotten, just it wouldn't fit with the tone of the game. Speaking of the tone of the game, this wasn't just a one-night-only livestream event like the other installments of Super Smash Lesbians. No, much like Super Smash Crew, it was also a serialized episodic series that had multiple seasons. Trust me, I have came a long way from 2014 to 2019 on how to make parody series, and I have full confidence that it was not going to fall in the same fate as Super Smash Crew. And sure enough, it wasn't. And I think the major contribution to that was my co-host. And you're gonna hate me for this. Oh, trust me, you absolutely are gonna hate me for this. The co-host for Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate, as well as being the commentator, is fucking Starla. That's right, the same woman that completely killed every single person in the game adaptation so she could be number one. The same person who is the leader of the organization that raped my wife is now the co-host of Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate, as well as doing the commentary for all the fights, while still doing the double role for Stuff Girls and the Ryu role for Super Smash Lesbians. You might call me absolutely stupid, and you are 100% right. Why would I bring this psychopathic murderer who is incredibly unpredictable and make her be placed in one of the most highest positions in the production of the show? I couldn't blame myself either, but you know what, to be honest, I kind of need Starla. Not in a romantic way, oh god no, but seriously, Starla is an incredible entertainer. She knows how to get people's attention to watch our shit. And because of that, there was really no other person that could top Starla when it comes to the entertainment industry. She knows what she's doing. But still, Starla being the co-host is actually kind of something that I need in order for Super Smash Lesbians to continue. The beginning of September, Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate Season 1 aired from then to the end of January when Byleth got announced for Smash Ultimate, and afterwards, he became a member of Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate. Season 2 began a week after the first season ended, and initially it was going off pretty strong. We had a couple of guest commentators and co-hosts, and we had like fun crossovers here and there, but unfortunately, that's when COVID started to hit and everything started to go into lockdown mode. So, unfortunately, a lot of the fights that were recorded were online fights, and you didn't get the same in-person banter that you saw back in the first season. It sucked, but hey, we were all in that position. And even though Astro Souls do not get human sicknesses, I still didn't want to get fined for having a shit ton of people not maintaining social distancing. I still did not want to get fined for people not maintaining social distancing. Social distancing. How the fuck do you say that shit? This is all your fault, Cuomo. One other addition that I got in the production side of Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate was getting myself an announcer/referee. And that actually came in the form of Zero. Even though he's working at Capcom and all that other good shit, he was also kind of working for a subdivision for Disney known as One the Crazy Guy Day. And in fact, he was actually the one that called me way back in 2016 saying, "Hey AJ, there's a lot of lesbians." Yep, that was Zero. So I thought it was necessary to make him the referee/the announcer, since, I mean, technically speaking, he was the one that started the whole series, or at least the spiritual successor, so I had to pay my respects one way or another. Season 2 began, like I said, at the tail beginning of February, and it ended around May. Took a 1-month break, and Super Smash Lesbians Season 3 ran from June when Min Min got announced for Smash Ultimate, and ended with the Minecraft roles got in to Smash mid-October. But much like any good show, if you have 3 really good seasons, make a movie. And so mid-November of 2020, I directed Super Smash Lesbians the movie. I directed. In addition, one thing that was incredibly helpful was that now that I was doing Super Smash Lesbians again, this time I was able to fill in all the missing Nintendo character roles that I was missing back in the previous installments. And it just so happened, coincidentally, I had just enough third-party characters back from Super Smash Lesbians the series that I made a whole ruckus about last episode. I just so happened I had just enough characters to fill in almost, not all of them, but a good amount of the remaining Nintendo roles that I was missing. So hey, it was a good way for me to get a second chance at it. In addition to that, I added in some new characters. Of course, one of those being Rex. And hey, I paired him up with another character who was also in DLC Limbo. And the two actually got along pretty darn well, going on multiple quests and adventures. And I realized to myself, okay, let's say, for example, Melina is not in the base roster of MK11, which she wasn't. I could say I could have both Rex and Mileena both team up and beat this shit out of the other DLC characters that were getting into Smash Ultimate and Mortal Kombat 11, respectively, and said, hey, these characters kick ass, make them DLC. And if you're wondering how the hell Mileena is, confident and acceptable with working with Earthrealmers, the whole story of Mileena and Coral Knights is like an entirely different video. There's so much that needs to be said about that, so I'll leave it for another day. And hey, sure enough, she eventually did get into MK11 as DLC, so 1 out of 2 as of now ain't so bad. Rex is gonna be next. You just wait. In mid-November of 2019, Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate the movie was out online, obviously not in theaters, but even still, I amped up the budget. I made the story be focused more on a handful of characters rather than whatever character is appearing for that night's fight. And hey, it turned out it went pretty well. Season 4, as of now, has yet to be announced or aired or wherever. Honestly, my money is that Season 4 will be premiered when the next DLC fighter comes out on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And then I'll have somebody playing that character role for Super Smash Lesbians. If you're asking me what the future is for Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate, and even Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in general, honestly, I don't know. Like I said, I'm really hoping for Rex to get in Smash. That's like the number one top priority for me. And hey, even if he doesn't get in this game, there is a very good chance that he will be in the next game. At least I still hope. Honestly, I don't think they're going to make another Smash game after Ultimate. Like, this is like the best of the best. To be honest, I think they're just going to port Smash Ultimate onto like next consoles. But I still hope that Rex does have a chance to get DLC. That's just my opinion. And that's basically the summarized history of Super Smash Crew to Super Smash Lesbians. It was a incredibly fun-ass ride, and I'm glad that I got a perfect platform for me to step on up and tell everybody all my crazy-ass ideas. Now you might be wondering, AJ, are you going to continue the series, or are you just going to leave it in the dust? And to be frank, I have a strong confidence that I will be continuing this series. And in addition to that, some episodes will actually include me with a camera. That's right, you get to see my face while I'm talking a whole bunch of shit. And in fact, I'll tell you what the next episode is. The next episode will not only be a Christmas special, oh god, even more than that. It's going to be a 1 hour, maybe an hour and a half, who knows, extravaganza where I list every single character decision for Super Smash Lesbians. This includes Super Smash Crew, Super Smash Lesbians, Suff Girls. I will literally go over every single character that has been seen in this franchise and go over the decisions on why I picked these characters for these specific roles. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can just say this right now. This episode will not be aired on Christmas because I won't have my camera by then. Honestly, it's going to be the week after Christmas, but it's definitely going to be before New Year's. So I think that's going to be incredibly exciting to see what's going to happen with that. So thank you all for listening for the history of it. So thank you all for listening to the history of Super Smash Crew and Super Smash Lesbians and all that other shit. And I'm AJ, and the next time I'll see you, it'll be past Christmas. But regardless, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holidays or whatever kind of holiday you celebrate. I just hope that it's a pretty damn good one. And I'll see you all before the next year. Once again, my Twitter plugs, AJ Smashing, DeviantArt is the same thing, AJ Smashing. YouTube, once I get that up and running, you'll get to see me through there, and that's how you'll also see the videos. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Honestly, I think the major reason why Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate succeeded where Super Smash Crew failed, to be honest, I think it's because there is a huge lack of storylines right now. You see, when Super Smash Crew was airing, there were like 5 other storylines that were going on simultaneously around Super Smash Crew's production time. Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate started right at the end of 2019, where there was only one other major storyline. But now, especially with COVID and the lockdown, there's only one storyline that's going on, and that's Super Smash Lesbians Ultimate. So I think in any other year, this series would have ended or died or whatever. But again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if it would have succeeded or not if we had more, if there were more storylines going on in Shared Verse. But the point being, it's doing pretty darn well for the only active storyline that's going on in Shared Verse. Okay, so update. I initially recorded this episode the week before the VGAs, and the VGAs just passed, obviously, and we got the new Smash DLC character. Everything I just said in the last couple minutes ago is just completely irrelevant. And as for when I'm gonna release Season 4, I think the earliest for Season 4's premiere is probably December 17th. Because I believe that'll be the same day the DLC character will be revealed, as well as his showcase. Like I said, the characters I will be explaining after Christmas. Some of you might be complaining that, AJ, you didn't use Skullgirl's music in the last episode, you used Melty Blood music. Okay, well, the reason why is because I was kind of skeptical and a little bit concerned if Skullgirl's music is going to be caught on Spotify's copyright system and it'll make me have my episode get shut down. Since Skullgirls is one of the only few games that does have a soundtrack that is official and it's on vinyl. So that's why I just wanted to be sure that my episode would not get taken down because I used copyright music. That's why.